So I'm finally back at Knott's Berry Farm over here in Buena Park, California. It's been a really long time actually since I've been here, and I want to do an update for you all and finally visit the Boysenberry Festival since it got extended due to all that rainy weather, but I finally get to check it out and more importantly get to try that boysenberry pizza. Like I mentioned, it is the Boysenberry Festival going on right now, so they've got, of course, their boysenberry decor at the front. Over here, I always love the little displays that Knott's does at the front for any of their holiday festivities. Of course, Boysenberry Festival leading right into Ghost Town Alive, and then after that, Summer Nights at the same time. So, and then before we know it, we're back in haunt season again. So let's go ahead and check out Boysenberry Festival and get some food. All right, so first stop in this Boysenberry Festival is Wagon Wheel Pizza. Gonna use one of the tabs over here, get the boysenberry meatball pizza. Of course, the famous Knott's Berry Farm boysenberry meatballs, but on a pizza instead. All right, so here it is. This is the Knott's Berry Farm boysenberry meatball pizza. It's got barbecue sauce base, their famous boysenberry barbecue sauce, and then their meatballs as well. So for me, who's not really a big fan of red sauce pizza, I love this option. And this is over at Wagon Wheel Pizza. And we used one of the tabs from the tasting card for Boysenberry Festival over at Wagon Wheel. You can also get this pizza maybe a little bit more fresh over at the Prop Shop Pizzeria. But you cannot use your tab there. You have to pay for it. So a little bit of a difference. And just like previous years, they've been using this extended backstage space behind Ghost Rider for Boysenberry Lane. We actually took our pizza back here to get some seating. And the nice part about back here is there's additional seating, a lot of it. Because sometimes that's a little bit of a struggle at Knott's Berry Farm. There's not a lot of dining space. So I welcome the additional space back here when it's open. Typically, they've been keeping it open for almost every single holiday. Boysenberry Lane during the Boysenberry Festival. It's like the Santa Lane during Christmas time or whatever they call it. Holiday Lane. So it's nice. Additional space back there. Of course, it's always open, of course, during a Scary Farm because all the mazes are back there. But we're going to head now to Ghost Town and maybe check out some entertainment. First stop, the Gold Trails Hotel to check out some of the Boysenberry Festival merchandise since, of course, I haven't seen any of it. Lots of different things. They even got corksicles over here. And they have kind of like a spirit jersey. Here's some more of the festival merchandise. So this is kind of like a Knott's lounge fly almost. It's like a little Boysenberry purse you can see here. They got Boysenberry Festival shirts. They got kind of a knockoff Starbucks cup over here. Some mugs, water bottles again. No spirit jersey though. This is why people come to Knott's Berry Farms for some of this like super unique merch. It's almost like handmade. They even got the Knott's Berry Farm Catawampus here from Ghost Town. They have the Stagecoach. And then they have the Yeti from Bigfoot Rapids, or aka Calico Rapids now. Pretty cool. I think they're ornaments. Or I guess you could hang them from like your car rear view mirror or something. So quite a few closures still in play here at Knott's. Of course, the Log Ride still closed. And Fiesta Village, which is on par still to be, on track to still open in late May or early May. So it doesn't look like it from over here, but all of Fiesta Village is not fully open. There are parts that are open. Some of the rides are still closed. The main dining areas, of course, are all still closed. So it's wrapping up, though. Looks like they're still scheduled to open up in May. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Try to get a different vantage point from the backside. Go through Camp Snoopy. So we are on our way through Camp Snoopy to get another vantage point of Fiesta Village. And I wanted to stop by here, of course. This is where Pumpkin Eater normally is. And, of course, last year was Pumpkin Eater's final year. So we're going to have a new maze coming to this space over here. And they've already started construction. You can see through the fence, but I'm not going to show you. They've got wood already in place. They're already building, and it's May. So this is going to be one of the new mazes for the 50th anniversary of Knott's Scary Farm. And it's looking to be a big event this year, so looking forward to it. Since we are coming up on the opening soon of Fiesta Village in May, we're seeing some of the things be revealed, like this new signage for the land. It's kind of giving some Adventureland vibes. Montezuma's Revenge is nowhere near being done, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So you can see what I'm talking about here. The track is still removed on Montezuma's Revenge. No visible work being done at all. Even the queue is all dirt. The building hasn't been worked on. I'm guessing this is going to be delayed until 2024, just a guess. So first I can tell La Revolucion has come out of refurbishment with a whole new look. It's got that really wild color scheme for this whole back half of Fiesta Village, which is going with that new kind of vibrant, bright colors, including the new pavement, which has got kind of glass chunks in it to allow for like sun catching it and glittery. Really, really cool. There's still a lot of construction going on over here in Fiesta Village, including the restrooms right here. That used to be one of the games. So the boardwalk, got the stage over there. La Papa Loca, all gone. More construction over here. Let's go check that out. And you can see the new color scheme on La Revolucion on not only the ride vehicle itself, but also the support beams. So it's got a whole new look. It used to be like yellow and red and orange. I like this a lot better. I used to be able to ride these back in the day. Not anymore. And here is a look at the concept art for Fiesta Village. So we were kind of in that colorful area back here. There's La Revolucion. We're standing right here next to what was Fiesta Dogs. New location here. The hat dance ride, the pirate ship, the swings, wave swinger. Lots of cool stuff though. They're gonna have just lots of pretty decorations back here. Then of course they're gonna redo the Jaguar area and the restrooms and of course Montezuma. And then a whole new courtyard and restaurant location over here kind of back by the carousel. So all coming this summer. Here's a look at the backside. Some new planters open. Of course the pavement. There's Fiesta Dog. Still a lot of work to be done back here for Fiesta Dog. But let's go over to the pirate ship. So over here at the back, Hat Dance is still behind walls as it gets refurbished. Pirate ship is back open again though, and it also has that new bright color scheme as well, just like La Revolucion. Still working on the fountain in front of it though, but the pirate ship itself and the tower all have new color scheme. It looks really, really good. Knott's added back here at Fiesta Village is some water refill stations. Knott's Berry Farm was in desperate need of these things. Everyone bringing their own water bottles. They never had these before, so...
Filtered water at Knott's?
Yeah.
That's legit, dude.
And here's a look at the fan favorite RIP La Papa Loca, the fry place with carne asada fries and all that stuff. It is still a lot of work over here. Supposedly this is going to be a new burrito place. But this is one of the many new restaurants coming to Fiesta Village. The main portion back here, of course, is still closed. We were on the other side of this earlier when we were in Ghost Town, so there is no accessing here, but you still can get to Jaguar. They got a little pathway just for that. Let's head into the boardwalk now. So if you've been going to Knott's Berry Farm at all in the last year or so, you're no stranger to Accelerator being closed. This attraction has had a lot of problems, but more recently because they can't source parts for this ride because the manufacturer who creates it doesn't manufacture parts or stuff for this ride anymore. So everything's got to be custom made. And it's been closed for quite some time, even though it got a really great refurbishment. It's looking all nice and new because they can't operate it. But rumor has it is that it's opening very soon. Part is potentially maybe on its way or already going to be installed soon. So I would imagine Knott's is going to have a summer season with Accelerator, which is going to be a welcome addition because they need the extra capacity and people love this attraction. So over here on our way to the Ghost Town Calico stage, the Boardwalk Ballroom. So this is actually normally one of the mazes for Scary Farm, and it was the final year for Dark Ride, which has been here for so many years in the Boardwalk Ballroom. But this year, it's going to be something new for the 50th. Rumor has it, it might be a maze that celebrates all the years past, different mazes like the Dollhouse and other fun favorites from the past. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one, but they're already building inside. They're not going to be using it for summer nights, so definitely excited to see what's coming there. And again, like I mentioned earlier, before we went into Camp Snoopy, Timber Mountain Log Ride is still closed for an indefinite amount of time. They're actually working on it actively right now, which is kind of a bummer because we're getting into the hot season. It's really hot today in the 80s. Would have been a perfect day for this to be open. No word yet on when it's going to reopen or why it's closed, but it is an older attraction. It's one of the oldest ones here at Knott, so it makes sense that they're still working on it. So over here on the Calico stage, during the rest of the days here for Boysenberry Festival, they have the Knott's Preserved Show, which is their big show they were supposed to have during the 100th anniversary celebration in 2020. It does have a few show times throughout the day, and it's only on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 6:30, 8, and 4. It'll always be posted here outdoor on the Calico Mine outdoor stage. I don't think I'm going to be here late enough tonight in order to see it, but I know Five Fires, Mondo, a bunch of other people have posted videos of it. It's a really great show. Tons of actors and actresses, lots of sets, just like the Home for the Holidays one they have during Knott's Merry Farm. We actually got here for the pie eating contest, so we're gonna go ahead and show that. Probably one of the last things we do here for the Boysenberry Festival for today, at least.
We will see. Without further ado, I don't want to make you wait. Here we go. All right. On your marks. Get set. Go. They are going forward. Oh my goodness. Oh man. There is Boysenberry everywhere, y'all. Look at that. Make sure there's contrast in the bottom there. Get that crust out of the bottom. There you go. Get that crust out of there. My goodness. We're doing good. We got crust everywhere. We got it. We got the, oh my goodness gracious. We might have to take away winter. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Oh my goodness. Everybody's so good. Oh man, I tell you what. All right. I think we might need to give them a countdown. I think we might have to give them a countdown. Let's give them a countdown, y'all. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Faces up, everybody. Faces up. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh.
So the gentleman there in the middle won with the pie all over his face.
Take your photo, please. All right, give it up for our friend there. And you know what? You can take the remnants of your pie home if you would like. We have boxes for you. You can take it home.
So I'm over here at the factory store, which is at the exit of the Berry Tales attraction. And this is where they have the art exhibit for Boysenberry Festival this year. It's called Tied Up in Knots, a tribute to Knott's Berry Farm through art. They always have these really awesome art exhibits now for all their different festivals. Sometimes over at Cordy's Corner, sometimes here. They got a bunch of really cool artists contributing stuff. There's Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. A lot of the similar Disney artists too, also doing stuff for Knott's Berry Farm lately. Really cool pieces. You can get prints of a lot of these, as well as the original if you want to, but most of them are showing sold. They got Cordelia and Walter Knott. There's the Catawampus. Oh my gosh, the Rainbow Caverns from Calico Mine Ride. Love that. That's already sold. Calico Mine Ride sold. Lots of cool stuff. There's like a zombie version of Sad Eye Joe. That's already sold too. So over here on Memory Lane is a newer location for Knott's Berry Farm, the Prop Shop Pizzeria, Italian Kitchen. This used to be another pizza spot, but it honestly wasn't very good before. But now it's like fresh made pizzas, and I'm looking forward to trying this. I've never tried it since it opened. I've been here many times after since it opened, but we've just never made my way over here. So I'm looking forward to trying it. We're gonna head there now. So it's definitely a more fresh approach than what it was before when it was Hollywood Hits. Everything's made kind of right for you right now. You grab your tray, you pick whether you want a salad, a pasta bar, or a pizza, and you kind of go down the line and add some additional accessories or drinks and desserts you want. This looks really, really good. I'm excited to try it. And here's a look at some of the salads. Pasta salad, Italian salad. Looks really, really, really good. So here's a look at the pasta bar. They even got like garlic knots, strombolis, fresh pizza slices. I went with a pasta bowl and got half and half on the different types of pasta. There's also a really nice new themed dining space too. They got fans and shade, so on a hot day like today, this is actually really handy. Like this a lot. They don't have any dining space here before when it was Hollywood Hits. So, and here's another look at my pasta bowl. I got half and half meatballs, marinara sauce. I asked for light sauce because messes with my stomach. So I'm looking forward to trying this. Of course, one of the best things about the Boysenberry Festival is coming to like the craft fair section where they have all the handmade goods, shopping around all the things people make, people sell. It's really, really cool. And they're all throughout Ghost Town. And it seems like every year they get expanded and just make more and more. Last stop of the day for Boysenberry Festival is to try out the chicken wings. Boysenberry chicken wings, one of the staples at the Boysenberry Festival. It's gonna be over here in Spur's Chop House. And you can use your tasting card on this one. And they actually have the inside of Spur set up as additional dining. Standing tables too. So the Boysenberry sweet chili wings, Mondo got those to try. And also the Boysenberry mudslide, which is an alcoholic drink. This is $18, and I think this is $16, $12? I think it's $12. This is $12, this is $18. But both can be used on your tabs. So smart move for the alcoholic drink because it's a higher priced item. Everyone, we're headed out of the Boysenberry Festival. It was worth the trip for me just to try the Boysenberry meatball pizza alone. Yeah. Worth the hype for me. I'm so excited I did. But now I'm headed over to Disneyland a little bit later in the day for finishing this video for updates over there. So I did end up making it to Disneyland after all, but it was the next day. And of course, overnight, some crazy news happened. And I'll go ahead and put it on the screen now, but Maleficent the Dragon, during the second performance of Fantasmic, actually caught fire due to an electrical issue and completely burned down. They had to evacuate the area. It was quite a chaotic night at Disneyland. So I thankfully didn't have enough time to come to Disneyland. Missed all the chaos with that. So I'm back the next day to try to show the aftermath to you, what that looks like. We have no word yet on how this affects Fantasmic performances or, if the dragon ever does return. I would imagine there's, plans in place for something like this, but for now, I want to show you what the aftermath looks like. So I'm not sure if any of this was affected or if it's just additional construction that was going on. But this is the water wheelhouse right next to the stage. And here's a look. You can actually see the stage here. That's where the pit is, where the fire was, and where the dragon sits, plus a lot of other effects in Fantasmic. You have an effect they use for Aladdin. Then Mickey goes in and out of stage there. They have a cauldron for the evil queen. So there's a lot of stuff over here. Who knows, when it actually does come back, or if it affects any of those other things during Fantasmic's performances in the future. And here's another look from this side. Nothing behind it was burned, thankfully. It did look like it in a lot of the videos that were happening last night. But looks like it was just contained to about the stage area. Otherwise, I'll just continue to enjoy these amazing views on the Mark Twain. Mark Twain is always something that I make sure to do when I come to the parks. And I always love it when we can get up to the top floor. Seems like lately they've had it closed for the most part, but today it is open. And there's nothing better than riding up here and taking in all the views. And for those that are wondering too, Tom Sawyer's Island is not open today either. I haven't seen any rafts or anyone go over there, so I don't know how long it's gonna stay closed, but I'll check on it later and I'll update this video to see if we can get to Tom Sawyer's Island later on. Also, no word yet too if tonight's Phantasmic has been canceled. I haven't checked. Honestly, with all the like carts and trash and stuff that looks like it's left over from last night's performance haven't been cleared out yet, I doubt that they're actually going to open the land today. Yeah, confirming from on this side, there's not a soul on the island, so it doesn't look like it has opened yet for today. And I doubt that it's going to, just given everything. They probably need a full day to have investigators come out and check out everything on an undisturbed island. So I would imagine it's probably not going to open today, but who knows if it even opens tomorrow or later this week. Definitely be something to keep your eye on this area. But I'm glad that no one was hurt in the incident. There's no cast members, performers, or anything injured, so that's awesome. And hopefully they can make all the repairs they need to repair pretty quickly, because we just got Phantasmic back, unfortunately. I just wanted to stop over here again at Splash Mountain. So last video we talked about how Splash Mountain, we know, is confirmed closing on May 30th, but check out how long these lines are. This is the first weekend of really good weather, sunny weather, leading into the summer season potentially. And unfortunately, with May 30th being the last day of Splash Mountain, that means that Disneyland's not going to have any sort of real water ride besides maybe Pirates of the Caribbean, where guests can get wet on for the entire summer. So it's going to be a rough summer. Maybe everyone flocking to Toontown to play in the fountain there just to get wet. But man, get your rides in on a water ride if you want to have some relief from this hot weather before May 30th if you can.
He's like, I mean business.
Coming through.
So we're gonna do some quick updates over here in Toontown. If you remember the park having a lot of stroller parking in it, kind of ruining that grass space, well, it seems like they've tried to move as much stroller parking as they could outside of Toontown and in the walkways. So they're not taking up all that parking space where all the grass is. So I'm gonna check that out because I haven't seen it yet since they've implemented this. But all the pathways are clear over here still, including the ADA pathway for people that have disabilities or need of the railing. So all stroller parking is on the left side, which hopefully will free up some space. So let's go check out the park. So this is much nicer now. They've got the park fully available for kids to play around in, and no strollers just parked here. I mean, of course, there's strollers for parents that actually need them with their kids, but much more open and nicer. Another change over here in Goofy's backyard, they added some of the shade structures above the slide. Nothing yet above the actual treehouse quite yet. You can see they're getting ready for it, but they have the shade structure at least over the slide, which will be nice because those slides I'm sure are gonna get really hot with those metal rollers in the summer. So a welcome addition. Let's head back over to the other side of Goofy's backyard where they finished the toddler play area, I believe. So we're on the other side of Goofy's house. They have a tent here kids can completely climb over, which is really fun for them. But there's also this little spot over here for toddlers ages 6 to 23 months with a bunch of kind of like padded stuff that they can play on, and they have to be with their parents at all times. They got like a bunch of padded flowers, and all the walls inside too are padded as well. So kids can't hurt themselves. It's pretty cool. Another change over here, they removed the gate that blocked this off. Not sure if that was more of a safety hazard. They got it all padded up now. but there's no gate. Maybe it was closing on little kids, maybe causing some injuries, but it looks like they're finally finishing up a lot of the kind of final touches over here at Goofy's Playhouse. So, of course, Donald Duck's Pond still not available yet. The cast members originally told us on opening day that would looking like more of a May opening for this, so we're getting closer to that date. And like I mentioned, on hot summer days, this might be the only way to cool down at Disneyland. Of course, there'll be Pirates of the Caribbean, but this might be the only water play area, that and the area by Donald's boat, where guests could cool off without Splash Mountain this summer. Another thing that's changed since the last time that we were here, the Matterhorn bobsleds have officially closed for another refurbishment, opening on June 2nd. So it's going to be opening just after the summer season begins. For right now, though, it is closed once again. And here's another look on the other side. You can see they already have scaffolding up around the water features. This seems to be like a really needed place for a lot of refurbishment. You can see there's already a hole open on the mountain there. Water definitely does take its toll on the exterior damage of this aging attraction. But I'm glad that they are taking the time to actually tend to it, care for it, and get it working rather than just shutting off the water features and, you know, letting it go on not like it's supposed to. So I'd rather they take the time and close the attraction and have it looking like it usually does. Also new since last time we were here, the Disney Vacation Club Starview Station and Member Lounge over here at Star Wars Launch Bay has officially opened. And Disney Vacation Club members can go up, enjoy some air conditioning, some power ports to charge their devices, free snacks, and a Coca-Cola freestyle machine. And I wanted to cut to this video of Alice in Wonderland. I did a ride through on my last visit. Just because this attraction, along with Peter Pan's Flight and also Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, are going to be closed starting June 5th in a busy summer season time. Now, we don't know for how long it's going to be closed. Keep an eye on that Disneyland Resort operating calendar to find out when the attraction does reopen, but all three attractions will be closed at the same time. But that about wraps up this Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland update video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe because there's some more videos coming. I'll be visiting Walt Disney World next week, so I'll have some videos coming up on my feed from Walt Disney World and my visit there from all the different theme parks that I'm going to be going to. So definitely check that out. And of course, you can subscribe to me on the 5571 podcast. Another episode coming out this week, and then a little bit of a delay for the next week since I'll be at Walt Disney World. But thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.